Hey, Tate here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 1 hour time frame and looking at this structure very locally here at the start. Then we're going to be looking into a bit higher picture. If we can see any kind of reasons on higher time frame what this local structure could be part of. Now let's start with the 15-minute time frame, and as again this very sideways structure has been a headache. There has been some good trades along the way, but again Elliott Wave wise this has been very sideways and very three-way structure-ish count that we've been having, and therefore there is going to be very many different counts that are possible. With this in mind, this was what we were looking at yesterday. So we had the idea of having this as a ABC structure coming down. Now, that was possibly ended down here at the lows of around 19.2k, and that was the 9th. And that would be, again, C wave would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not perfect looking by any means, but again, it is valid. Then we would be looking for this as a three-way structure, another three-way structure, and then we were looking for a possible move upwards already. Now that has not played out, so we need to be re-establishing our ground here and what are the reasons for this structure to be happening downwards. Now we have already retraced more than the 1.618 here. That is the key level. This has been a three-way structure for me for all of the time basically here. So to me that we retraced more than the 1.618 means that again this can't be an A wave or W wave, and this can't be a B wave or X wave. So we can't have a structure like this starting. So instead we would have to be having this structure part of something before and larger. And how we would be doing that is scrapping this count unfortunately completely and looking at the higher time frame. Now we know that this is a possible five-way structure here. So is there any other possibilities? Well, sure. Instead of A wave here, we could be having this as a potential five-way structure, although it does not really remind like one. I'm sure there is a way in here to label this into a five-way structure. Maybe it's a diagonal, I'm not quite sure. We don't take out the start of this whole wave structure, and yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Now for that count again we would be looking into this as the very same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here, and instead of this being a C wave this would be a third wave. Now extension wise we would be looking at this something like here. Even though we did miss the 1.618, we could be looking into this as a five-way structure, as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. At the moment wave 4 here is a bit larger than the previous wave 4, makes sense. Here wave 2 would be larger than the next or smaller degree wave 2, which makes sense again. But again, if we are just trying to fit some kind of count in here, maybe this is the 5th here. At the higher time frame on 30 minutes, we can see, well, let's go back to 1 hour, we can see it better there. We have had these divergences starting to go upwards and giving us higher lows on RSI and lower lows on price, creating us these 1, 2, 3, at least 3 divergences here on price against RSI, giving us the more potential to move upwards, and that move possibly has started now. Now again, if this indeed is a five-way structure, then it has to be part of something before it. Now we know that this structure here, or at least I think we know, looks more like a five-way structure than anything else. So to me, I have no doubt, but I have to use this as that three-way structure. In here again we would have 3 waves like so, and then this would be A, B and C, again ending the count here. So this would be indeed a start of something new, more likely. Of course, if we are taking out this high here, then we have to be again saying that okay, this has to be an end of something if we want to be having as a five wave. Now, is it a five-way structure? most likely at the moment, I think yes. But is there a way to label this in different ways? I'm sure there is. 3 ways could be like this as well, and then possibly some kind of structure like this, and then maybe this. It is not very good proportion wise, but again, I feel like that could be the possibility if we are again taking out these highs. Now, only when we are getting beyond the golden pocket, we should be looking at that possibility more like as a more likely scenario. That would be around 19.9k, again taking out into this order block here that we have for this white minuscule 2 here. But yeah, that would be something to keep in mind. But again, I'm still looking for now upwards, as I was yesterday looking upwards as well, although we did get this downwards movement now. We are now breaking through possibly this trend line that we have on RSI again from the peaks, through the peaks, and now we are hitting this again. We'll see if we get through there or not, but again, these divergences should be playing out sooner than later. Now, on higher time frame, again, as mentioned, we would have this as a 3-way structure, and we still I don't think we have had a partner leg for this one. So it is completely possible that we are creating something like this now here to give this structure a partner leg here, and then we would be looking at something else. Depending on how you're going to be looking into this as a 5-way move, a 3-way move, or something else, then we'll look into that on higher time frame again once this mess over here clears up a bit. Now, the original count that I was liking at least quite a bit is still playing out. It still had the same idea here, where we had this as a 3-way structure, and then we were looking for downwards here. Now, these three divergences would fit into the idea that we would be creating this as an A, B, and C, at least taking out these lows of W here, and getting to the 1-to-1 extension. Sorry, 1-to-1 would be the retracement. Let's take a look at the extension here. So I don't think I have it labeled here. Okay, that's really spot on there. Yeah, 1-to-1 would be around 15.9k, and that would be again around the expanded B pocket. So that would fit the idea very well, in my opinion. So yeah, that is definitely something to look out for. In time, I do think that we should be doing something like that at least around the next week, at least, before this whole thing is over. And again, there's few days still left this week. Today's again just Tuesday, so we definitely have more time to create the B wave here on this more local structure, or B can take a lot more time. But again, generally the B waves happen during the weekend, so again, it is not that good of a timing. But we'll see how this develops, and if there is something we can get into here. Now, if you're not in a long setup, you could be looking into some kind of pullback and then a bit higher. Again, just playing the divergences here. I already am long on this just based off these, even though the count here is not that clear. These 3 divergences are generally very good to go long for, and I would be probably looking to add a bit here on a pullback if that happens. Currently it just seems to be going upwards, although this structure in here just looks very overlapping, without any clear structure in mind, in my opinion. It does not really look too good. Maybe this is some kind of weird diagonal here. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it doesn't really have a good look into it, in my opinion. But yeah, that is something that we might just have to deal with at the moment. And then this would be a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Or just an ABC, of course, that could be happening as well. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Looking for a bit higher prices, possibly looking some short possibilities on this one at around starting from the 19.5k if there is going to be a three-way structure into it, or at the golden pocket would be another area, just because again, well, the 0.5 has some reference here as well with these tops and bottoms here. So all of these fibs are looking pretty okay at the moment. Let's just check out the volume here as well for the local structure a bit higher. Yeah, can't really see because we have had so much structure in here. Let's just look at the current structure here. Well, we see that golden pocket has a lot of volume here, and so does the 38 too. So both these are way better in comparison again than the 0.5, but 0.5 has this support area here and that resistance here. So yeah, all of them should be monitored at least. But I feel like that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover on Bitcoin for today. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.